Hello, livestock friends, and welcome to this edition of Before the Bid. This is a podcast dedicated to the livestock sales industry where we go behind the scenes of the operation and speak straight to the sellers. We discuss topics about the important aspects of their operation, location, the people behind the prep work, and talk about some of the animals that will be offered to you, the prospective buyers. Hopefully, you've got your sale catalog close by. You might have to go look through that pile on your desk. But if not, then you're probably like me and driving down the road or busy with chores around the farm. And that's okay too. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I hope you enjoy this segment of Before the Bid. I'm your host, Andy Howell. Welcome, livestock friends, to this Before the Bid podcast. And on this one, we are going out to Oakley, Idaho, and we're going to talk to a guy that we have talked to before. So we've got a return guest here and a guy that I really enjoy talking to, and a guy that I think has had a long winter that we're going to tell you just a little bit about some of the things that have gone out there in Idaho. And last time that we had him on the podcast, he was soon to be a father, and he has been a father here for about a year now. Got Griffin, and Griffin has been trying to get on this podcast tonight as well. And I want to welcome Derek Adams back from Adams Family Livestock again out in Oakley, Idaho. And they're going to have an online sale. It's going to be on SC Online, and it is going to be on April the 6th. Derek, I want to welcome you back to the podcast, and appreciate you getting back with us and getting this thing set up, man.
No, it was great. I mean, worked out really good for us last year, and I was really glad when you guys called us this year. I thought, heck yeah, I'd love talking to you guys. Love to be on again, so I'm glad we can be here.
We enjoy good people. We enjoy good people to talk to and enjoy talking good livestock. Got Griffin here for the last year, and isn't that a whole change of life and a great thing to be a part of?
Oh, yeah, it's great. It's been really good. We had him up the catalyst sale here a couple weeks ago, and man, you want to talk about just love the pig deal. I mean, stare at the pigs, try to get in with the pigs, want to play everything, all pigs all the time. It's been good. It's been great.
So he's moving around, and is he walking yet?
He's not walking yet. If he's holding on to something, he can walk, and if he's not thinking about it, he can walk. But then he just figures out, well, I can get there faster if I crawl. So away he goes. So soon he'll be walking soon.
Right. So hard to keep him out of the pens already.
Yeah, it's hard to keep him corralled out of anything already.
Oh, that's awesome. What a great time in your life. And like I said, just keep holding on to him, because before you know it, he'll be 15 and wanting to drive or do whatever else.
He's already wanting to drive when he feeds with us. So.
Well, that's great. Yeah, out there in Oakley, Idaho, and you guys have kind of had a rough winter out there.
You know, every 10 years or so, you get that one winter that just isn't very fun. And this year, we got it. I mean, we got 30 plus inches of snow in 10 days, and then it got nasty cold. The wind started blowing, just piled it up. And when it's drifting like that, I mean, I'd leave my house at 6 in the morning, and it would take me 15-20 minutes to go 3 miles.
Right. Pushing snow the whole time.
Yeah, it was awesome, let me tell you.
Right.
Get up there to my parents' house where all the animals are, and you spend the next 6 hours sitting in the backhoe pushing snow and cleaning things out just so you can feed.
Mm-hmm.
I was sick of the snow there for a while.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, it was a mess. We moved all the sows. They were due 15th to the 25th of January, and right there after Christmas, I said, "You ladies if I can put you in a crate, you're going there." Mm-hmm. And we put them all in the crate just to get them out of the weather. I mean,
right.
It wasn't good.
Right, just to try to have some warmish place for them,
and they knew when I let them sows out of their pens and I opened the door to the farrowing house, there wasn't a one of them that didn't just go running right inside.
They knew it was warm in there, huh?
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They knew right where they were going.
Right. Oh, well, that's cool. And you got to push snow at your house, push snow at mom and dad's, and then you got to go to the seed house and push snow there as well.
It was a mess. It was not fun there for a while.
Yeah.
We had so much snow pushed up everywhere you couldn't push snow up anymore.
Uh-huh.
I had snow pushed so high the cows didn't even want to crawl on it.
Yeah. Oh,
they were just there. They didn't look like they were very happy either.
Right, yeah, and then you got the cattle as well, and you said you just had a path to be able to get to them and a path for them to get around anywhere.
It was the bucket of the backhoe wide, just digging and digging and digging. And I mean, to break that deal, I guess that was drifted over my fence that divides my corrals.
Oh, wow.
So, however, I mean, 5.5, 6 feet, however high that is.
Right.
And it was like that across my parents' backyard, across the sow pens, and across 2 corrals
Oh, geez.
the whole way. It was a nightmare.
No thanks.
And I've seen it like that one other time. We didn't have cows then, so we just dig the pigs out and it was fine. Well, this time,
Right.
dig the pigs out and then go dig the cows out. And then by the time you're done doing that, it's time to feed.
Right. And you guys have a lot of cows right around there, and I didn't realize this last time, but you guys you're in dairy land out there.
Yeah, and I didn't realize. So my dad's highway commissioner or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So anybody wants to build onto their dairy or do anything, they have to go up there and talk to the highway commissioners about it, so that to make sure the roads can handle so much more traffic going back and forth. But there's a dairy here that wants to double their size.
Mm-hmm.
He made it sound like they were gonna milk 60,000, but that's a lot of cows.
Oh my. Yeah, you're not kidding.
He said they were gonna double what they are now.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, I only thought they were 15,000, but maybe they're 30,000. I don't know. Either way, that's a lot of cows.
Right. You talked like you've got quite a few of them right around you.
Yeah, there's like 5 of them right next to us.
Oh, wow. And great big ones.
Yeah, they're all 10,000 plus.
Oh, wow.
Plus, there's a couple like feedlots next to us that are fairly good size.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's quite a few feedlots here that are 4,000 to 5,000 or better.
So you guys have a lot of feed right there available as well as far as the land crops and that sort of thing.
A lot of the dairies are just growing corn or whatever, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens this year where we're so short on water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, last year there was guys chopping corn about the 4th of July.
Oh, wow.
Just run out of water. And where we're at, we're 20 miles south of the Snake River. So the guys that were like, I think that there's a water line that runs like from the Snake, but uphill like 12 miles, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was bought on some extended water rights. A bunch of farmers pooled together to get it bought.
Mm-hmm.
And they cut all of that water off last year.
Oh, wow.
At the 4th of July. So when they did that, there were guys turning off hay pivots, turning off corn pivots. I mean, it was a mess.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, I haven't heard for sure, but I don't think that they're going to get any of that water.
Oh, wow.
I think they just started off with no, don't plan on it. And if there's a little water, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the feed situation this year.
Right. Well, you guys have a seed house as well. And and you do the malt barley. What's it going to do for that, you think?
Well, the malt barley deal, I think it's going to be better because there's going to be guys that, okay, we can't plant corn, so we got to plant something else.
Okay.
I mean, maybe they're not planting malt barley, but we sell other varieties too. I mean, we sell wheat and barley, triticale, oats, all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
I think we're sold out of triticale.
Okay.
And I don't think we're getting any more in either.
Oh, really?
So, and there's been a few guys planting oats, but we don't just have a lot of oats either.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be, there's been a lot more grain going out this year than in years past.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, sounds like interesting times out there.
Yeah. Yeah, the no water deal, it really puts a damper on things in a hurry.
Right, I bet. Especially when you're a lot of irrigation.
Yeah, and I didn't know. I mean, we were in Indiana, Illinois, Ohio last week, and we got into a rainstorm there for a couple days. And I told Dad, man, if it would rain like this at home,
right,
it would go a long way.
Man, I wish there's a lot of those guys out there, a lot of guys out here that wish we could give you some of the water that we've had. That's for sure.
We would take it in a heartbeat.
What were you guys doing out here in Indiana, Ohio, out in that area?
Well, when that storm came through there, and it got so nasty and cold. We had a few sows that kind of absorbed their litter. I mean, it's pretty hard to keep waters thawed and keep everything warm, So some of them tougher doing sows, they just didn't carry their litter. So we ended up short on pigs this year. So we called around, got a couple guys, got all the pigs we need to fill our orders. So we headed for Ohio to pick up pigs, and of course that was before fuel was $5.
Right. Yeah.
So then fuel hits $5, and we're like, oh, we're going to the Midwest, all right. So we went 10 days back there looking at little pigs, looking at boars. I mean, you're in that part of the world, so you better look at some boars while you're there.
Oh, right.
So we toured around to the guys that would let us in anyway, that worked with our schedule and worked with their schedule. So we got to see some stuff. It was a pretty good trip.
And you came back with a few that maybe you didn't think you were going to, didn't you?
Yeah, we come back. We came back with a few pigs. We come back with a few gilts. We bought a spot from Travis Perry while we were there. Did not plan on that one. But sometimes when the good ones hit you, they hit you.
You're exactly right.
So you might as well bring her back.
Right.
Ended up with a few crossbreds in that deal. Picked one up from Mike McCoy there in Ohio that I think is really special. You'll probably see one in the sale out of her next year. I think she's really good. Picked up one from Ron Smith there at Winmore Farms in Iowa.
Okay.
That I think is a female is very, very intriguing. I don't know if she'll make a really elite barrow, but she'll make one that will make one. I mean, I think that's going to be a female generating machine for us here in the future. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, that's neat. And you're going to need some of those females because when we get into these pigs, you had to get into the keeper pen just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. That happens once in a while, but that's all right. Can't keep them all.
Right. Going to offer some very, very good pigs here on this sale here on April 6th.
Yep. Yeah, between that and the one coming up in Casper this weekend, there's some gilts that are leaving that shouldn't be leaving.
Right, and we're going to talk about the Casper deal as well. So, yeah, and I wanted to let people know that, last year we talked about the Duroc and how Mom liked the Duroc, and that's why we have the Duroc. And so can you update us on the Duroc situation?
Well, the Duroc sow, she was one of them that didn't carry her litter through that snowstorm. So we shipped her. Don't need to feed one, right? Don't need to just have one around to feed.
Yeah, but that's Mama's pig.
Yeah, so we were at the Catalyst and we bought 2 of them.
So don't care to have one, but now you got 2, right?
Yep, now we got 2.
You got to keep Mama happy, right?
Yeah, Mom's got her damn Durocs back.
Yeah.
I don't know how, and I don't know, I think she was fine with one Duroc, but then we were like, yeah, we'll take them both. And she's like, well, what are we going to do with 2 Durocs? It's like, it doesn't matter. Durocs. So now we got 2 of them.
You like them, Mom, so we're just keeping you happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, and you guys were invited to that Catalyst sale, and it was up in Oregon. You guys got along pretty well up there.
Yeah, no, it was a good deal. Garth put on a really good deal. Going forward, I hope he keeps doing it. I mean, it was super, super successful. He's not a pig guy. I don't think he's ever done anything like that before, so I don't know what he was expecting out of it, but I hope he thought it was as successful as some of the breeders that were in that deal did, because I mean, it was a good deal. Right. It was very successful.
Right. And you guys had Walton Webcasting came out there as well to be part of that and do the preview for that.
Yeah, Blake come out. And so originally James Backman from Small Town Genetics there in California and Russell Pedrette from Onwalders were going to do the preview deal, and then Russell had some unfortunate events come up, so he couldn't be there. So Jim McCoy from Ohio, he flew out to do that preview, and it was great. I mean, anytime you can get a guy like Jim McCoy out to talk hogs, you just listen.
Right.
You're going to learn something. James too. I mean, we've known James. Well, shoot, we've known James and Jim both for 15 plus years since we got into this deal.
Mm-hmm.
Two guys like that when they're talking hogs, it's probably best to just sit there and listen because you're gonna learn something.
Right. Yeah, and as I said on Walton Webcasting, and if you're listening to this one, why you can catch the podcast video this time on Walton Webcasting. We've worked with Grant here and those guys at Walton Webcasting, and so we are going to have this podcast video up on Walton Webcasting. If you are listening and not watching it on there, or the podcast video there on our Facebook page or the Adams Facebook page, wherever you might be seeing it, you can watch it on Walton Webcasting. So make sure you check that out as well. So, well, that's great that the Catalyst deal went really well for you, and one barrow right up in the top of that sale list there, and so got along pretty well.
Yeah, that litter like no others. That deal turned out really good, and that was one of those. That wasn't supposed to be a litter of pigs. We had some like no other semen for a York gilt or York sow. We were trying to breed to make some of them, get some of them classifying Yorks, And she didn't come in, so I had a gilt there that was in heat, and I got one dose in her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she had 6 or 8 of them, and those were those pigs we took to the Catalyst, and they looked really good.
Isn't that so cool when that happens?
Yeah.
You get so frustrated, and you're like, all right, I'm just going to do this with it. And then it turns out to be something like that.
Yeah, no, and I think it worked very well, so I can't complain about that set of pigs we took up there. It turned out very good for us.
That's great. The pigs that you guys had in last year's sale and things, you guys had some success over the summer with those pigs, getting those out.
Down to that Ogden deal, we won a couple classes down there. It's a very tough show to get around in. Some guys down there do a very good job. So we won a couple classes down there with a couple of them sell pigs, and the Duroc Barrow was the reserve champion Duroc Barrow at the Oregon State Fair. He got along really well. He got along all summer real well. I mean, he was always right there contending to win that purebred Duroc deal. In Oregon, they class them out purebreds, and
right.
He was always right there competing with them, and he was real big. If he'd have been 270 at the Oregon State Fair, I think he wins the Duroc deal, but he was 320, so he was reserve, and it was just fine. I think he turned out really good, so we were fairly happy.
And one of those things that we talked about last year, you bought a gilt that was a no-sale gilt, and she turned out and she was really, really good. You guys had a no-sale pig last year that got along really well.
Yeah, so lot 5, I don't know why she no-sold. I mean, she was white, but as the summer went on, she got a lot of red tint and blue to her, and she actually looked pretty chromed up. She looked really good, and everywhere that family went, I just said, you know what, she'll go in the keeper pen after she no-sold. So I sent her to a family, and they jackpotted her, and they were first or second in just about every jackpot they went to, first or second in class, and contended. They were just, I mean, she was probably a little bit on the small side, so she'd get in that division and just kind of in an awkward spot and kind of get left standing. Then she goes to their county fair, and she's a champion breeding gilt. Then I bring her home, and I breed her, and she has 11 and raises 10 of them.
Oh, wow.
So she worked out pretty good for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
and there were a couple guys called me after the sale and said, hey, they wanted to buy her, and I said, nope.
Right.
I put her on the sale. That's when you get your chance to buy that one.
Right. So don't miss out this time, is what we're telling them. Don't miss out on these because sometimes those no sales turn out to be really, really good ones.
Yeah, that one turned out to be pretty dang good.
You guys added a boar to your arsenal there that you're going to be using pretty hard.
Last fall when we were breeding, got in the heat of breeding season, we had one boar go down. He got sick real bad. Semen went no good. And the other one, I don't know if he got old or what happened to his semen, no good. So we called Travis Perry, and we bought a litter mate to Always Dreaming that he calls Lunchbox. We're taking one of his babies to Casper. I think they're really, really good, and they're big and stout and burly, and he's doing a good job for us.
Let's kind of get into some of those sale pigs. You've got some pigs going to Casper, which will be this weekend, April the 2nd. Is that when that sale is? Is that right?
I think it's the 3rd,
Okay.
Sunday.
Okay, Sunday on April 3rd. All right. What do you guys have going to Casper?
So we're going to take 2 littermate gilts.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking Rules 64-1, Revolution Colt 45 is their pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
Their mom showed in California. She showed at the California Youth Expo in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
the year of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very well. She went to class and I think she won the lightweight dark cross division, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Or was reserved. She was right there at the top end of that deal. We bought her, we brought her home, and I think those gilts are very special. I think they're very good. I mean, that Breaking Rules deal's been on fire for Otten Walters this winter, this fall. They had some success with him last summer, and I think those pigs. The one we had a gilt go down yesterday. She got sick, so we pulled the one out of the keeper van to take her there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in Casper or if you see her floating around on Facebook and you think you want that one, give me a call. We can make it happen. That's one you're not going to want to miss, I don't think. I think she's pretty special.
2 very, very good ones. And you can look at those on Adams Family Livestock Facebook page. If you're not follower or like that page yet, why jump on Adams Family Livestock. He just put those up, and boy, they look very, very good. Got a couple barrows going as well, right?
Yep. So we're gonna have a York classifying barrow go. He's out of a lunchbox that we bought from Travis, and Uproar sow that we bought from Chuck Olson there in South Dakota. We got her bought off of his online sale here a couple years ago. She's a very good sow. That very, very good York sow. Chuck does an incredible job with the York deal, or in the pig deal in general out there in South Dakota. Very smart man. We like that barrow quite a bit.
Yeah, I do too.
Build's very good, very sound, really big and stout. We like him quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then we've got a litter mates barrow to those 2 gilts going that as far as muscle and massive, I mean, I don't think you can pack very much more muscle into one. He's pretty incredible. He's pretty neat. He'll run somewhere at an early show. He's a little on the big side, but that's fine. There's some July fairs up there in Casper. I think he'll get along really, really good at.
Mm-hmm.
Same with that chromed up barrow that's going. He's the same way.
Okay.
Really big and massive, and I think somebody at them mid-July, early August fairs is going to get along really well with both of those barrows.
So, yeah, check those out in Casper. You got some more detail on that?
Yeah, so the Casper deal, they've been doing it forever. They've been doing it since I was going to school. There's the first year we're going to go out to, though. The Casper College lamb and pig sale. So if you're in the sheep business and looking for some sheep, there'll be some there too. If you see one on our Facebook page you like, if you want a video of her, if you want a video of him, whatever, give us a call. We'll make it happen. If that's one you really think you want to have, we can work out a deal and buy her over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
This year, I don't know if there's going to be a live option to it. Colby did say next year. That's something they're trying to work at. Said there's something when you get the college involved, you got to jump through hoops or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So they were working for next year to get the live portion to it. But if somebody wants something, we can absolutely do phone bids or whatever we need to do to get that hog in the right home.
Okay. So you mean there's not an online bidding type deal?
Nope.
It's a live sale, but not an online bidding.
Yep.
Not a video online bidding.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Right. Just want to make sure that we had that right. It wasn't where we go and just a private treaty deal. But there is a live auction, but it's not going to be broadcast.
Yeah, not going to be
Okay.
I don't know if they're going to do like a Facebook Live preview. I'm not sure.
Okay. We want to wish you luck on that deal and hope that goes well. And I've got pictures of those pigs that are going, and or at least 3 of them. And man, I'm excited for you. Those look like 3 really, really good pigs.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about that deal.
Good. And then you're going to roll in when you get home. You're going to roll in, and you've got a sale here again on April 6th, and it's going to be on SC Sales, and you've got 10 lots set up for it. And hey, why don't we just go right through those? And man, you sent me the pictures. I got the pictures of these pigs, and we went through these, and holy smokes, this lot 1. I kind of want him to come back here to Indiana.
That one's special. That one is, I think, very, very special in terms of the way that one's built and the way that one's put together. He's good. His
Mm-hmm.
mom was reserve champion light cross there at California Youth Expo, and that's a very good sow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a really, really good sow. His pedigree's a Believe in Me checkmate. Those Believe in Me pigs are awfully good, and he's one of them that fits that bill. He's awfully, awfully good. Really big, burly, stout guy. There's a lot of interest in the barn in that one.
Right, big and stout and thick and massive, but boy, he's got a look to him as well.
Yeah, he gets a look from his mama. His mom's pretty, and so is he.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited for that one. And there's 2 littermate gilts that they're staying home. No question about it. Nothing. It would, if somebody walked onto the farm and wanted to buy them, it would cost them a lot of money.
Right? Yeah, he's very, very good. Do not miss that one.
I'm excited about that guy.
We got an all black pig here for the second one, and Always Dreaming.
Yeah, Always Dreaming Heisman. I bought his mama from Kyle Beatty, same year of COVID, as a little pig.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Heisman deal died that summer.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really know what the Heisman was. When he's not out for very long, you don't really get to know much about him. Well, turns out the Heisman deal is very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Had a lot of barrows, win a lot of things. Had some gilts, win some things. Kyle Beatty's got a few Heismans in his herd still, and every time we talk, yes, you still got the Heisman? Yep. Still got the Heisman, Kyle. As a breeding piece, there's so much value to her. I mean, so much look and just everything you want in just a brood sow is right there. And I think she made a barrow that is very, very good.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that entire litter of pigs. I mean, but I think this barrow we took the best one out of that litter, and I think we made one.
Well, speaking of litter mates, we got litter mates in the lot 3, the lot 4, and the lot 5. This gilt that leads the lot 3. Again, you want to talk about some look and some style. This one sure got it.
Yeah, the Outbreak Mongo is what their pedigree reads, and so we stuck that Mongo sow. She come from Paul Malay there in Nevada. Very good guy. He sent that gilt to a family in California, and she was the champion light cross at the California Youth Expo. She actually beat the checkmate gilt that day.
Mm-hmm.
He made a great litter of pigs this year. We stuck her with 10-day-old Outbreak semen, and she gave us 5 pigs, and I've got 3 of them on the sale. And I think they're pretty good. And I think as far as look and structure, I think they're, from a build standpoint, they're impeccable. I mean, they're great built and they're gorgeous. They still have enough to them. There's still some substance there, and I think those are 3 gilts you're not going to want to miss out on.
Right.
And I don't think you can go wrong. Any one of those 3, you want one. If you tell me you like one better than the other one, I won't disagree with you.
The lot 3, she's a thin belt, campy looking pig. In the lot 4, she's a blue bud and got a blue face to her and marked up her top, and she is really, really cool as well.
Yeah, I like all 3 of those gilts right there. I probably shouldn't be getting rid of any of them, but when we said the 10 best, we meant it, so here we are.
Right.
That's fine. Somebody's going to get a steal of a deal on 3 gilts right there.
Right, and then the lot 5, she's a high quality gilt as well.
That one looks probably most like her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think her mom's kind of that broodier look to her, that bigger rib cage to her, and maybe not as pretty as, I mean, still pretty, but not as pretty as the other 2 litter mates, but very quality animal right there.
I enjoy all 3 of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
The lot 6, we've got a wide belt here, breaking rules again.
Breaking Rules 64-1 Revolution Colt 45.
Mm-hmm.
Would be a litter mate to the 2 we're taking to Casper.
Mm-hmm.
Big, stout, got a great chest, good looking. Probably not as pretty as his sisters, but that's fine because he's a barrow, so he needs to look like a man.
Right.
I got high hopes for that barrow.
Uh-huh.
There was a point in time when that one was little that I thought, you can keep your nuts. And then I remembered that I have a boar that doesn't suck. So we made a barrow out of him.
Right.
he's going to get along really well for somebody somewhere. I mean, as big and stout as that one is, and as much muscle as he's got packed into him, and still he can pack it all day long. I think somebody's going to get a really good one.
What kind of birthday are we looking at on him? Where do we need to gear him towards?
He's a 10th of January, so I mean, if you got a July fair, I think you could push that one to make that deal work. If you got an August fair, that would probably be ideal.
Mm-hmm.
First to the mid part of August. You get later August, get into your state fair stuff later August, 1st September. You're pretty good with the feed bucket. I guess you can make it happen, but he's going to want to be big. I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say end of July, middle of August, you're probably going to be right there with him.
Well, it gives us a little something to gear towards and know where we're going.
Yeah.
The lot 7, we got an all black pig here. Again, we go back to a litter mate there to the lot 2.
Yeah, litter 3. Lot 7 is going to be a breaking rules out of line. So his mom also came from Paul Millay. Her litter mate brother was the champion market barrow at the Sioux Empire.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
In 2018, I think. 2018, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a very good sow.
Mm-hmm.
I think that black barrow, he's got a really good look about him, really good rib cage on him. I think touch more extended maybe as opposed to the other breaking rules to the lot just ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit prettier, a little bit more extended, and I think he's going to be maybe a little bit in the same age range. I think we're looking right there end of July, middle of August. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be perfect for him.
Mm-hmm. If you like the lot 6, we got another litter mate here in the lot 8.
Yeah, very good barrow. Solid black barrow. I think this guy's a little bit smaller than his litter mate. You could probably hold this guy off later into a state fair guy, later August, earlier September, just not quite as big, but I mean, as quality-wise, every bit as good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think just because he's a little bit smaller, I don't think that there's any difference in quality there. I think he's just as good.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have a bright future in front of him, I think.
Right, just kind of cruise him along if you got a little bit later deal and be right in the hunt on that deal.
Yep.
Right. The lot 9, we got an all black gilt here.
Another one of them breaking rules 64-1 deals. She would be a litter mate to lot 7.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Big, burly, stout, short-backed, good enough look to him. I think that's going to be one end of July to the middle of August. Dude, I don't know if she'll make it end of August or not. I mean, you get her held on.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe, but I think going to be a really good market gilt. As far as a breeding gilt, if you wanted to try and breed her, she's a little bit terminal to me. I mean, I think as a market hog, I think she's going to be very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit terminal for me to want to breed her. That's why she's on the sale today.
She's got a little bit of that extra stout to her, and just really, really, really nice, really stout gilt.
Yeah, no, I like her a lot.
The lot 10, we're going to have to figure that out from now till sale time.
Yeah, we'll know. We'll figure it out. Dad and I are gonna. There's 2 in the barn. I like one. He likes one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see who wins.
I was going to ask, who usually wins out when that happens like that?
What's gonna happen? See, if I want to win this deal, I'm the one that's gonna picture him.
I guess you're right.
That's how I get that deal won.
I guess that's right. That's right.
We'll see what happens. I don't think there's a wrong answer. How does that sound?
Is this one going to come out of the keeper pen, or do we have another barrow on this one? You think?
It's gonna be a barrow.
Okay.
There's 2 barrows in there, and there's not a wrong answer.
Uh-huh.
But I know that I'm the right answer.
Well, that's great.
Yep. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, and we'll have that put together by the time we get this thing put together, because you're going to do that in the next day or so, don't you think? Here and so it'll take us just a bit to get this together, and we'll have it out, and we'll know what this lot 10 is, and be flashing some pictures and things up of that one.
I think this is a very good set of pigs. I think top to bottom. I think there's some hammers in this deal. I think there's some very good hogs in this sale.
If I want to get one of these out to Indiana, is that a possibility without me having to come all the way out to Idaho to pick this thing up?
Yes, that is a possibility. We've got guys that said they are going back and forth and they would haul one for us, so we'll get it figured out.
Okay.
And I would love to send one to your part of the world because I think there's a couple on there that can make some noise in your part of the world.
You talked last year like you moved quite a few of them up there into Oregon, and is that another possibility? You guys going to make a run up there here pretty quick?
Yeah, I think Dad said he was leaving the 9th.
Okay.
Going to be the 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere in there. He's making a delivery to Bend or Prineville. They're right there next to each other, so I'm not sure where.
But we can get them up in that area as well and meet somebody or whatever you guys need to do.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, especially somewhere close. Guys going to Utah, we're willing to meet you just about anywhere. So we can dang sure figure it out.
Well, that's great.
Don't be afraid to call us if you're worried that we ain't gonna get one delivered. Don't let that stop you from buying one.
And any other questions that we have, why of course we can get a hold of you. Go on the Facebook page and look at things on there as well, and some contact information, of course, on SC. And on the Facebook page, extra videos and things like that. If these guys need one, can we get one of those?
Yeah, and there'll be videos posted. I mean, it just give us a couple days.
Right.
We'll get some videos. Hopefully of a couple of them. But if you have a specific one that you want to see a video of, absolutely call us, text us, message us. If we don't answer, don't reply. Just keep sending messages.
Right.
That we look at our phone, or we'll figure it out. We'll get you whatever we need to do to make it work.
Okay. Well, that sounds great. Try to keep with those guys and get them what they need. And again, you guys offer a lot of things for these young people, and you're driven by these young people, and you're driven about their success and for their success. And I just really enjoy that about you guys. And as I'm going down through your Adams Family Facebook page earlier, noticed a couple things that you have done and that you have put out there that I just think are great. And I really want to encourage young people or their families to go and scroll down through that Adams Family Facebook page and talking about selection of some of those things. And do you remember that by heart? I'm going to guess you're not sitting there looking at it, but do you remember some of those things that you put on there?
Oh, some of them, but we get to putting so much stuff on there that goes right by.
Right. Okay. Just a couple things, if you don't mind, if I just hit on them just a little.
Absolutely.
Just some of the things when you're looking at these pigs and you're looking at these guys, and one of them is you get what you pay for, is one of the things that you guys put on there.
For some reason, something happens, and we were willing to work with you guys on whatever we need to do to make things work. We're absolutely willing to work with you guys. Just let us know. I mean, that's the biggest thing is people, well, we had this happen and nobody said anything to us. And it's like, well, we could have helped you,
Right.
We could have figured things out. But you just got to let us know.
Right.
We get it figured out.
And that goes on along with another thing. It says don't wait till 30 days till weigh in to reach out for help.
I would assume that you just got a hold of us sooner rather than later.
Right.
I mean, 30 days is not very long in the livestock business.
Right.
So, I mean, sooner's better.
And you guys put something else on there that I think is really good, and it appears that it's something that you guys have done with your program and just trying to better your program, and as everybody should all the time. And when you get to the end of the show season, things didn't go your way. One of the most important things is to self-reflect.
I agree. And then the other thing, things don't go your way. That happens, But when things do go your way, let us know. That's the other one. Let us know so we can put you on our Facebook page. We would love to advertise to families. Hey, these guys had a great day.
Mm-hmm.
So often we get these kids like, well, how did last year go? Oh, well, we won the county fair. Oh, really? We're okay. 9 months later, we're awesome.
Right.
Great, love it.
And then you've got another post on here that I think is really good. It talks about the barn is more than a house.
Yeah, I mean the barn. There's a lot of time spent in the barn, and it doesn't. always have to be when you're in the best mood. You're just out in the barn. Sometimes it's great to be out in the barn when you're not in a great mood,
Mm-hmm.
out just thinking about things. Because I think when you're out there spending time with those animals, I think there's a lot to be learned in just about every state of mind that you're in, and it doesn't just have to be when you're in a good mood or in a bad mood, in a sad mood, whatever it is. I think there's a lot to be learned in the barn when you're out there, and I don't think it's in any age either. I think young kids, old kids, I think everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's something to be learned when you're out in the barn, and it doesn't matter what you're doing. Cleaning pens, walking pigs, messing with steers, messing with sheep. I don't think it matters. I think there's a lot to be learned when you're just in the barn.
And then you've got the line that says, "Don't wait till they're 16 to build the barn."
Yeah, that would be my biggest blessing. I think is we were blessed to have a barn when we got into this. I think that was a pretty big blessing. And my advice to parents is, if you're thinking about doing it, you want to really be serious about doing it, build the barn, because I promise you it's cheaper than rehab.
And maybe less stressful, actually.
Yeah, it's a lot less stressful. A lot less stressful.
Build the barn and spend time in it and spend time with your family in it.
Yep, absolutely.
I think that's great. I think those things are great, and man, I appreciate you getting this thing put together again, and it's been a lot of fun catching up again and hearing about all the success that you guys had last year, and man, I'm excited for you this year because it's from what I know, this looks like a really, really good set of pigs to be sending out to these families.
Yeah, we are very excited about this set of hogs, so I don't think you're gonna want to miss that deal.
And maybe if you don't want pigs, you've got some cattle for sale as well.
I do. We're in the clubby business,
Uh-huh.
so that's always an adventure,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think this year there's some really good calves out there.
Mm-hmm.
We are bull heavy this year. We had 13 calves, and we've got 10 bull calves.
Oh, wow.
There's some good ones out there. This fall, August, September, be looking at the Facebook page because there's going to be some steers for sale that are very good, I think.
Okay.
Pretty excited about that set right now. So hopefully we'll see how they summer. We'll see what they come back at from pasture like. But I mean, they just keep getting better every day. So
Right.
I think we'll be in good shape.
Wish you luck with that as well, and come out and go out to Idaho or whichever way it might be. Go to Oakley, Idaho. Check out some good pigs. Maybe go look at some cattle as well, and get ready for this online sale that's going to be here April 6th.
If somebody wants to come to the farm too, just give us a call.
Yeah, barn's open and ready to go.
Yep, we'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. Well, what if we buy one over the phone there at the Casper sale? Will you take it back home and take care of it, and then when we buy one on the online sale, just figure out how to get them both picked up?
Yeah, we can do that. Or if you live somewhere along the way, I can drop it off on the way home from Casper. Or if it needs to go the other way, I think there's people going the other way too that are going to be at that sale. So I mean, we can figure it out.
Okay.
And if I have to bring him home and feed him for a minute, that's fine.
Well, that sounds great. Derek, appreciate it again. Appreciate you getting with us here, getting this thing put together. Just want to wish you a lot of luck on both sales that you've got coming up. And again, April 6th on SC Online Sales. And again, Derek, just appreciate it and want to wish you luck, man.
Thank you guys. I appreciate everything you guys have done for us. I think it's been great, and we appreciate you guys.
Right. Well, we appreciate you, and we appreciate you listening to another edition of Before the Bid podcast. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Before the Bid. For more information and to learn more about upcoming podcasts and sales, visit us at beforethebid.podbean.com or Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram pages. For information on being a guest on Before the Bid, please email us at beforethebid@gmail.com or one of our social media pages. Remember, that's beforethebid@gmail.com. Happy sales to you, and we will talk to you next time on Before the Bid.